Just for a moment, they were choking for a few moments. Let them tell you it's not an emergency. Okay? And you know what? I've talked to paramedics, and they don't get upset when the panicky parent calls, and if they'll say, you know what, we're not busy right now. Okay, we will send someone just to check your child. Okay? Because another risk is, what if water remained in their lungs, and there's no way you know how to assess that. And that's called like dry drowning, secondary drowning. There's all these words for it. So just have peace of mind and call 911. Okay? How you guys doing? So what did I do? So again, why did I move this baby? Because they're not breathing, and what else? And I know what to do, and there's no way I can do CPR like this, even though there's a head injury. And this is very tough.
Question?
Yes, question.
When you flip them over and the arms are up there.
When I flip them over?
You have to repeat those arms
Ideally,
up there?
yes. So if I was alone at home, I'm going to grab heavy stuff. Okay, so again, I know I have to roll them because they're not breathing, and I know how to do CPR. Okay, so, and now my hands are free, but the baby's somewhat still stable, and now I can do full CPR. Now, if I plan this better, maybe I can roll them onto like a board or something that's easy to transport, okay? The other thing, again, I'm going a little bit fast because I have to do choking. Another thing is in a collision, they're in the car seat. Do you take them out of the car seat, or you keep them in the car seat?
In the car seat.
Keep them in the car seat. And this is where in your car, you should have a seatbelt cutter, because it's really hard to fidget. Like if you have like a normal, the bucket, like the click in, that's easy because you click it in, click it out, and you get out of the car. But if you have the other type of car seat or a forward seat with the tether, there's no way you can get that out in like 5 seconds. So this is where your car first aid kit should have a seatbelt cutter. I have seatbelt cutters in my booth, but this is another thing that paramedics don't take them out of a car seat. I'm not going to take them out of a car seat. And honestly, a car seat does not limit my rescue. I can do full CPR in a car seat. I just slide the chest clip down and my fingers go right in there. Okay, because I have the hard back support of a car seat, I can move the car seat around if they're choking. Car seat is not a barrier to rescue. And it's easy to transport them. Like if I have to go to the shoulder of the highway, it's so easy. And the kid's contained and safer. Okay? How you guys doing so far? So we learned when to call 911, when to do CPR, right? How to do it.
No tilting, head tilt.
And the tilting the head, or no tilting if it's a head injury. If it is a head injury, you're only moving them if you're justified, meaning they're not breathing and you know what you're doing.
So you're going to tilt the head now.
So if it is a head injury, I'm not going to tilt the head. I'm going to try to breathe as is. Only if the breaths don't go in, then it's a tiny, tiny breath, tilt. Again, everything you do has to have a reason. Okay? How you guys doing so far, okay? Take deep breaths. This is heavy stuff. Okay, last big thing, the finale is choking rescue. So again, if you have a heavy baby or your real babies, I encourage you, if you can, get some hands on. So there's sort of 3 things you can do if they're choking. So we already discussed, they're coughing, they're trying to help themselves. What do? Really kind of logical. Right, simple, right? Obviously not from this. Again, if they're in a car seat, unstrap them quickly, lean them forward. Do not hit them on the back like this. Okay, arms up is old school. Please don't do that either. And don't shove bread in. I don't know. I heard this wives' tale. Oh, just shove in bread. I don't know. I don't know. I teach all type of cultures, so I hear all these things. Oh, interesting. Okay, don't do that. Okay, so that's a simple technique. They're helping themselves, and that's what you want to encourage. What's another thing that we already learned? What if they're running around and there's like this thing shoved in their mouth, and they're like that? So we already learned, don't just sweep. It's a 2-step thing. Hold down the tongue, then pull it out. Okay? So don't do this. Okay? It's Okay? It's a 2-hand process, because then they're not going to compete with you and choke themselves or swallow. They're going to be like, and then you can grab it quickly. Okay? Now, what if they really can't help themselves? Now it's the football grip. Okay? So you could either progress from this to this, or right away it's serious and you go right into this. So these steps don't necessarily go one after another. It just depends on the situation. Okay, so how do we hold the baby? So I'm going to do it slow. So hold the jaw. And the simple thing is, whichever hand is holding the jaw, that's the side the baby's on. And kneeling is best. Which should be the lowest part of their body? Their head. Okay, so if you can, kneel like this, if you can. If you're sitting on the chair, like at a dining table, you can let your one leg out. And I know sometimes they, some books or whatever teach like this. You can try this. I just don't find this stable. Like if you really try this, this is a 10-pound baby, right? You see, it's not. Try this. It's not as stable. Okay, and this is where you have to be hands-on with your child and really try this. Okay, I find this a little bit more secure. Okay, so again, and they're like that. And this is good to learn how to practice this quickly. And use your hand, let it rest on your lap. Now, if right away it doesn't come out, now you start the back blows. So you're trying to hear up. If they don't cough it out, hard taps. So heel of your hand, hard taps, upper back. Do you want would you rather a bruise or choking to death? A bruise, okay? So my point is, don't be shy to give them a hard back blow. I'd rather a bruise than choking to death, okay? Again, so let's do this in real time. So they're sitting, and the mouth sweep did not work. So right away, grab their jaw, flip them over. Okay, this should work. This works. Okay, if it didn't work, the next step is a chest thrust. So again, I'll do it slow. Hold the back of the head, flip. Good, so do not do this. This is a common thing people do. What did I just do wrong? The head came up. Okay, so the whole point is to keep the head down, let gravity help you, flip. So another tip, whichever hand, the hand is on the back of the head, your hand should be somewhere on the head. It should never be on the body. That's another tip to keep the head down. And then redo I call it like a breastfeeding hold. Same hand, same side. So right hand, right side. Okay? Now you're doing CPR. We already went over CPR. And this is for a conscious choking baby. The back blows didn't work. How many back blows did we give? 5. So another way to remember it, you go like this, you see your 5. Okay? About 5, it didn't come out. Trust me, it should work. If it didn't, then you flip. How do you know it didn't work? You don't hear a the baby's not crying, you hear a like that. Good. Now we want to be a little bit invasive. Now again, why are they still in my arms? Why did I not put them down? Why are they still in my arms? I got to keep the head down, but the baby is conscious or unconscious?
Conscious.
Conscious. That's the key thing. If the baby goes unconscious, I have to put them down, and then I do what I just demonstrated before. Check care, ABC. Clean ABC, okay? Let's do this again. One more time, the choking rescue. Let me switch it up. You're bathing the kid. You're bathing the kid. So let's say they're in that whatever chair. And of course you'd never do this, but oh, I forgot the towel. Of course you're not going to do that, but let's simulate it for drama purposes. And oh my gosh, the baby's underwater. Okay, so how are you going to save the baby? They're underwater. Keep them flat. How did you pick him up? Show me how you picked the baby up. Uh-oh, but the water just went down more. So what's a better way to pick up a choking baby underwater, from underwater? I know I'm putting you on the spot. What do you think? Good. So ideally, flip them as you pull them out. Okay, so because again, if you do the instinct, which is, oh my God, baby's drowning, you're going to choke them more, okay? So again, you're trying to be, well, common sense isn't common, that's all. But I get your point. You're trying to be, what's the best word for this?
Logical.
Logical, you're trying to be smart about this. So grab them and flip them as you get them out. So again, I encourage you to practice this, again, not with the baby underwater for real, but practice this on your bed.